everyone out there in YouTube land, this is BDC. Thanks for checking out this video on my channel. Today I'm doing another Empyrion video. This one's over, or on rather, one of the CVs that I made for the Monkey Tools collection. This one's called the Asteroid Gorilla Lite. So, one of the naming conventions that I do with Monkey Tools things, once I started making CVs, I had to come up with a different name other than Monkey, so I started using Gorilla as all the capital vessels. So anywho, in case the name sounds a little funny to you if you've never seen this before, Asteroid Gorilla. The Asteroid Gorilla Lite is the light version of another CV I have that I'll do another video on here. This one's basically meant to be an entry-ish level. I say entry level, although I think the build level is 20 in survival. Yeah, so it's meant to be an early capital vessel made strictly for drilling asteroids. So let's say you're in a survival setup, single player game, multiplayer, whatever, and you're finally out in orbit and you're able to start cataloging some of the asteroids and marking them on waypoints and things like that. This would be the first ship that you would use or could use to get out there to get them. It's a real simple design. I've used the bare minimums in here to support a single pilot, no crew, no nothing like that. There's a couple of defensive things on it, one flat cannon and a couple of cannons, and it's warp capable also, so it's got the warp drive shoved in the back and the warp tank and all that jazz like that. Here, let me get this on and go in here real quick. Actually, I'll turn that off. And it's got, this is A9 compliant, by the way. I did not mention that earlier on, and I should have. It uses controller versions of everything for ammo, the new Harvest box controllers, 24,000 volume on right and left, so you can take down a few asteroids with this thing. Wireless connection, an armor locker if you need it, although it's probably not going to be a heavy use item, and then a main capital vessel cargo box with 8,000 volume, so you can put additional fuel, or excuse me, fusion cells, promethium, O2 bottles, stuff like that. Fuel capacity is 6,000 and O2 capacity of 4,000, meant for the single occupant. Nothing fancy. I just have some of the bare essentials here needed for something. It's not meant for planetary use, although I suppose you could use it. It's more meant for orbital type thing and slaying just asteroids. Medical bay, O2 locker, or excuse me, O2 locker, O2 station, that'd be a thing. Fridge and a food processor. You can probably stay out in the field with one of these for a couple hours, I suspect. Let's see what else. All internally ventilated. It was recently updated with slight thruster configuration because I had a hot spot here on the bottom of the interior walkway here. And let's see, what else can I show you. Single drill turret. So basically you fly up to the asteroid, you have your spotlight on, and you go to the control panel, and you go down to the harvesting section, and then pop on your drill turret, and bam, you're on it. Now I'm outside the ship, so I can't do it, but it's basically that simple. It's not a heavy cost thing to build. It's something where if you have a few guys and if you each want to have your own asteroid driller with some of the bare necessities needed, this would be a good fit for you. I use this on a public server in survival. Is actually my first CV to try and help get past that stumbling block of leveling up past the use of an SV and doing the tier 2 hand drills, and getting to something where I can start getting some more materials from some of the nearby asteroids before getting to the larger CV that has the straight drillers. It requires level 25 and a whole lot more in the way of mats to build and stuff like that. So it's a good in-between step. Not very costly. Under 1,000 iron, a little over 1,200 sathium, moderate amounts of the typical tier 1 stuff. Some tier 2 is needed in here. The sathium, obviously, for the hardened steel block. The chassis is hardened steel, and there's a little bit of combat steel used around the core block. So no basic steel here. I want this thing to where you can take a couple of hits and you can at least get out of town if you need to. So, and then obviously some arrestum rescosium is needed for the drill turret. Rest of it's pretty simple. It has a moderate amount of thrust, enough to be able to get off of a moon or a planet and get onto orbit and, you know, coast around, things like that. And, you know, a respectable amount of fuel and O2. But again, this isn't a ship that you're gonna, you know, be sitting in for 6 hours doing a lot of drilling in. This is intermediate step type thing. Anywho, it can be built at level 20, and it's warp capable, as I mentioned, and it kind of trades on the bare essentials needed to do your first asteroid drilling jobs, something like that, before you get into something a lot more expensive, and is intended for a crew of 1. Automatic ramps, may not have them turned on in here, but automatic ramps, and you got interior lighting and spotlights and stuff like that. Real easy to get into. Again, going over the volumes, ammo volume 16,000, 8,000 for an additional cargo box, wireless connection for remote logistics, 24,000, so a total of 48,000 in the harvesting Ordwood controllers. So this is it. This is the Asteroid Gorilla Lite, built at level 20. It's an earlier TV built strictly for the single occupant for asteroid mining, part of the Monkey Tools line. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. And if you have any questions about this, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer them. And links to both the collection and this item will be down in the description below. So thank you very much for watching this video, for your time, and have a good one.